Hey, let's go. Hey chat, how's it going? My name's Miku. I ran Blinks earlier yesterday for ASM, but today, my first time, I'm going to be running Jet Set Radio Future. So we are running on a special version of Jet Set Radio Future. So this is the IGT mod. This is the speed running version of the game that we run on. Mostly for quality of life changes. So you can see on the left here, we can skip cutscenes. There's a skip cache. We can change analog values on our controller to make it feel better in case you need to fix anything. And there's an input display at the bottom left, so you can see what I'm pressing. And you know, I'm just gonna get right into it. So I'm gonna hit new game. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so this is the garage. This is the main hub of the game, which connects to all like 3 areas. So we are Yo-Yo trying to get into the GGs. This is Gum just gonna be like, alright, jump. And then she's gonna go, alright, now jump again. So we're gonna have to jump 3 times. Just basically telling us the mechanics of the game. So now she's gonna tell us, hey, you know, like you can grind on stuff. So, you know, we're gonna have to grind on this thing here for a certain amount of time. Then she's gonna, great, now do it again. So we're gonna have to grind on this again. Then, we go ahead. Now she's gonna tell us all about, hey, you know, the graffiti, you can see the soul on the street. Only certain graffitiers can see it, whatever that means, you know, schizophrenia. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna wait for these blues to spawn. So there's 3 types of cans in this game. There's yellow cans, blue cans, and health cans. So 1 yellow can will give you 1 graffiti, a blue will give you 5 graffiti, and, you know, health will just restore your health, which is the top right. Hold the right trigger to do some graffiti where it's marked, just like a little circle. And then for the last tutorial, it's going to tell us how to boost. So a boost costs 10 cans. We're just going to do it very quickly and cancel it so that we can get through this very quickly. Then we're just going to skip through this dialogue right here. That's Roboy. He'll be like, hey, you know, you can save here or do any tutorials you need. And then Corn's like, hey, shut up. DJ K is about to talk. Now, there's cutscenes are unskippable in the regular game, but because we're playing on IGT, we can skip them. And I'm in the middle of a speedrun, so I don't give a darn about these damn cutscenes. So we're going to go ahead and go onto Dogenzaka Hill. And there's some cutscene purists in chat that might be seething right now. So, Dogenzaka Hill, first area of the game, pretty simple, you know. DJ K here is just saying, oh, they've stolen a statue of Dogenzaka. So, you know, you can probably hear him right now. But yeah, basically we're just trying to figure out who stole the statue. So the way that we do this is we just have to do all the graffiti in the level to progress through the next part of the mission. So we're going to go ahead. Coming up over on this right side of the street, there's going to be a shiny object that we're going to grab. So this is a graffiti soul. So throughout the game, we're going to need to be grabbing about 20 of these because we need to have it for a specific check in the game. There's checks in the game where if we need to have a certain amount of graffiti souls, so I think for the first check is 5, and then later on, when we see our boy Clutch, we need a total of 40. But we already start with 20, so it's not too bad. So we're going to be grabbing graffiti souls whenever we can. So just starting off to the right, you can see it's a bit more fast-paced. If you've seen the original Jet Set Radio Future, not Jet Set Radio Future, Jet Set Radio on the Dreamcast, you're usually locked into like an animation where you're doing these like stick movements to spray graffiti. But for this, you just have to hold the right trigger and you just like go ahead and, you know, it's fast-paced, it's fun. A lot more just enjoyable in my opinion. We'll go around here, so it's just another thing. The thing about this is that, you know, it's all about, you don't want to go too fast because obviously you can only spray so quickly. So you want to make sure that you're, you know, keeping track of your speed, making sure you're not going past graffiti. Right here, this is a prime example of, oh there we go, so you can see that I missed it. If you're going too fast, you can definitely miss this 1 graffiti right here. Doing a little shuffle to preserve our speed. Then up here is the last 2 graffiti. Up here, and then after this, we're gonna get a little cutscene. So that's all the graffiti in the area, and then we've drawn out the B, which is, you know, probably the guy on the front cover, depending on what game cover you have. So there's a lot of these parts in the game where a character will appear on screen. You kind of just have to talk to them and see what they want. So for this particular instance, B, we just have to follow them and just press right trigger on them. Before we do that, I'm gonna go grab this DJ tape. So this DJ tape is in every level. It basically unlocks challenges that you can unlock additional graffiti souls. So in every level there's graffiti souls that are unlocked from the get-go, but there's these hidden ones with DJ tape. These can range from getting a certain amount of points, doing air tricks in general, doing a special challenge for a specific level, and I'm just trying to think. Was it points, air, trick, special? I'm forgetting something, but grind, and then grinding on a specific point for how many whatever tricks. So we talked to B. Now he's going to be over at the top of Dogen. Before we do that though, we're going to unlock a trick. So we're going to unlock air 3. So 1, 2, 3. This is going to unlock the graffiti soul, and then we just want to talk to B. Now it's going to put us into a race where we have to go all the way around Dogen-Zaka Hill. So what we do, because we're cheating, now imagine if we're playing Mario Kart, we just started off with a mushroom at the start. That's what we can do with all this graffiti. And we're just going to basically blitz through this. Probably get there in around like a minute 26. So I guess while I'm here, I can explain sort of more about the IGT mod. So the IGT mod, there's a top left of the screen, there is a timer. This is tracking the amount of in-game frames that is happening rather than sort of RTA or real-time attack. The reason this was implemented is because there between, I guess, like Xbox and emulator, there was sort of like a, it was faster to play on certain Xboxes and emulators, and then people were having a hard time with loading times. So what this IGT does is that it tracks the in-game frames. It also takes into account load times and cutscenes. So it will add that up, making every console and emulator fair to play against, which is actually really nice. Like, was one of the big selling points when I was starting to run this game was IGT. So we're coming near to the end of the race. We've just got 30 cans. We're just going to go ahead and boost through all the way through. Guess I could talk a little bit more. Let's see if I get this frame boost here. No. Oh well, that's alright. Talk a little bit more about some other tech. So you can see me if you see me like moving with like sparks coming out of the ground, then that's me shuffling. So what shuffling does, it slows you down, but not enough to. It basically preserves the speed you have, but gradually slows it down. This is very good to use when you're boosting, because when you boost, you go 300 speed, and then after your boost, it'll immediately go back down to 175, which is the default speed. But you can actually preserve that speed if you shuffle, and then you just, it will go gradually down from, what was it, 300, and then, just tick down. Now, of course, with some graffiti delinquents, you gotta bring in the cops. Now, just like in real life, you can deal with cops by running into them. So like this, you go ahead, and I'm pretty sure this violates the Geneva Convention somewhere, but we get to spray them with graffiti. Then we're gonna make sure we have 30 cans for the next area. Oh, there we go. Well, 29's fine. We're gonna go ahead and go to Shibuya Terminal. Let's hope I didn't soft lock myself. Yep, there we go. So sometimes if you leave the area with the same frame as the Xbox appears, it can soft lock a game, so thankfully that didn't happen. So Shibuya Terminal, you can either go from the top of the bottom of Dogen-Zaka Hill, or you can go back through Garage and go through that area. And it's faster to go through Garage in any percent. So we're going to go through and go into Shibuya Terminal, and we're going to meet our new rival game, Poison Jam. Now, once again, it's the same thing. We're basically going to have to go and spray our graffiti over their graffiti, show dominance. And then once we do that, they will appear. It's probably one of my favorite stages in the entire game, because just the movement tech of Jet Set Radio combined with just trying to spray graffiti everywhere is just really fun. It's probably one of the funnest parts of the game. Very important that you're, you have proper canagement, graffiti can management, and you're just making sure you're going through as quickly as you can. You can see that I'm doing this, it's a tech called quick turning. So what you do is, because when you turn regular in this game, you basically have to you stop and then turn around, but with quick turn, you can instantly turn into a direction while preserving your speed as well. Then how you do that is that you just have to hit down on the controller and then turn left. So I don't know if you'll notice it. You might be able to notice it on the input display. So right here, quick turn like that. almost done with this part of Shibuya Terminal right here. So after this, we're just going to go to the bus terminal area with all these 3 buses. These have 3 graffiti each. And after that, oh, hold on. Skidding out all over the place. And then these last 3 here. We'll go ahead, Poison Jam has appeared. In typical fashion, we need to go ahead and talk to them. Now this time, it won't be a race. It'll just be Poison Jam just jumping around all over the place. We just have to follow them. I think this is basically the game just saying, like, getting you to explore different ways of grinding and stuff, and, you know, getting you used to the movement. So they come up on top of this terminal. All we have to do is just turn left and then jump. Right. And then after that, we talk to them. They're going to be doing this whole charade where they're going to be going over to the left, grinding up the hill, the catwalk, grinding down. It's a long cutscene, but it gives you time to, you know, look at your phone or, you know, check Discord or something. And now, we don't have to do exactly what they do, thankfully. There's nothing in the game like checking a flag for what we do. So what we can do, we can literally just jump on the road and just boost our way over down over. Then we go over, we talk to them for second to last time. Not going to be as long this time. They're just going to go ahead and then just jump on one of like the bus sunroofs. And then we're going to do a little swag movement right here. We're going to jump, turn around, and then we're going to talk to them. Now, this is the last time we talk to them in this area. They're going to disappear for no reason at all. Now, after this is going to spawn in Combo. Might have known from the original Jet Set Radio, so we're going to have to go talk to him. So we go over here, we can boost. We're going to grab this graffiti saw over here while we're doing that. Then we're going to go talk to Combo. He's going to be like, yo, I'll tell you about something if you can do this combo trick. So now for this, we kind of do have to follow exactly what he does. We don't have to do it on point, but we at least just have to sort of follow the general direction. Now, it can be annoying to mess this up, because if you do fall down, you have to do it again. You have to go all the way to the start where Combo is, and then you have to basically do this combo trick. So what we can do, you can actually jump over here. You can skip that part. We can actually jump over here. This still counts. I'm going to do a boost, and then enough to go up the ramp. And we don't even have to... Oh, there we go. Well, okay, we're good. Don't have to stay on the stair rail for the whole time. We can just, you know, as long as we make it to the end, we're good. So then Poison Jam appears again. They're gonna, I don't know, scurry off somewhere. Combo's like, yeah, you know, I'll join your team. And then once again, in, you know, Jet Set Radio fashion, the police will be like, the youths are in the area. Please exterminate them. So Combo's like, yeah, you know what, alright, I'm gonna head off to the garage, please be careful. So it's another cop fight. There's more cops this time, but it's actually, you know, the difficulty doesn't change. We get introduced to a character named Hayashi. Now, don't let that gun fool you. He is quite useless. He cannot do anything with that. I mean, even if he does shoot you, he doesn't do that much damage. So what we do is, we can go ahead, get all these cops here, jump across. We're going to do like an X pattern here. Then we're going to go over to these cops. Gonna knock Hayashi over. No need to do that, but you know, might as well flex on him. Then we don't actually need to spray down Hayashi in this fight. Only need to do the regular cops, which is actually really nice. Here we go. Now we're on to chapter 2 of the game. We're gonna switch off of Yo-Yo, and we're gonna switch on to Gum. Now Gum has different stats. She's generally easier to control than Yo-Yo because of her cornering. She has slower graffiti like spraying speed, but that doesn't really matter. I think that benefits us more so in the long run. For the majority of the game, we're going to be playing as Gum, which is fun because there's actually a lot of tricks that Gum can only do because of a flexible cornering. So coming up in, we're in Chuo Street. Yep, thank you, DJK. So this is the third area in the sort of Shibuya-cho area. So there's 3 areas of the game: Shibuya-cho, Kogane-cho, and Benten-cho. sort of separated in different sort of like areas. So this is like a sort of bus terminal area. So while this dialogue's happening, I'm gonna try and spray 2 larges and grab this graffiti soul, you know. And while we're going around, Hayashi's yapping around, oh, we need to bring in the tanks. And then like, roger that. Alright, while we're doing that, before the dialogue ends, there's one thing we need to grab. I'm hoping there we go. And you'll notice that the graffitis that we're spraying is actually changed. So, the really cool thing about original Xbox modding is that we're able to change the sort of texture files of a lot of things. One of the things that the game like the speedrunning boards allow is custom graffiti. So you actually see, you know, some cool custom graffiti from me during this run. You can see me spraying blinks onto these cops right here. So there's 6 tanks that we have to deal with. 2 up top here, 2 in the middle, and then 2 down the road. But we, you know, just gonna be rolling down, or not rolling, but grinding down, grabbing some cans along the way. It's important that when you go off a grind, you want to initiate a shuffle to maintain your speed. Best way to take out these tanks is go out from behind, and then jump on top to grab the driver. Or at the front as well, doesn't matter. And then we're gonna go ahead, boost our way to the 5th tank. And the last tank is just all the way down this road. While we're doing that, we're gonna go grab these cans. Very important during this run that we make sure that we're keeping an eye on our cans, following the route. Take out this guy. Then we're gonna boost after the 6th tank high. She's gonna appear on a platform where we're gonna have a standoff. We're gonna have a fair gentleman's standoff right now, where we're gonna face each other. See who's the better man. So to get up there, I'm gonna go ahead and go to this rail. There's a stairway. This is the same one we took for the spray. So he's gonna chase us over. We're gonna go, screw you, Hayashi. I'm gonna knock you off the platform. Now this actually ends the battle. So what you're supposed to do is supposed to knock him over, and you're supposed to spray him down. But there's a check in the game that if he is knocked off the platform, then it actually ends the battle, which is, you know, that's the speedrun strat. Apparently a lot of people discovered that by accident on their first playthrough, then accidentally knock off Hayashi. Alright, so we're going to head through the canals. Before we go forward, we need to go to the right side because we need to go grab a graffiti soul. Always very important that when you're in the levels, you make sure to grab the graffiti souls. Alright, and we're going to jump in the water. It's going to respawn us back up to this. We're going to boost ahead. And there's going to be a graffiti soul in this cubby area that we're going to grab. And the rest of it is just me spraying graffiti all the way through True Street. If there's any donations or anything the host wants to say, then feel free to do that.
No worries. I might add, this, like the game sound, the game track is amazing. It's so good. No donations as yet, but for ASM2024, we are raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research. You can make this last generation die, to make this last generation to die from cancer. If you would like to donate, you can go to donate.AusSpeedruns.com. Alright, back to you.
Alright, so we've got about, let's see, oh yeah, so 8 graffiti left. So we've made our loop away through Chuo Street, up where the first tank was. So we're just going to do a little bit of a circle here. It gives you now you can actually have a good look at the sort of the custom graffiti I have. Shout out to Daft7, legend. See this graffiti here, it's got a picture of Blinks crying about the ultimate sweeper, it costs too much money. Then the last bits of graffiti going to be up on this area. We got ourselves a medium, 2 smalls, and an XL. Oh, there we go. You can see the Walter dog in the corner. Now after this, Poison Jam's going to come up, and they want to challenge us to a race.
Please
now,
feed the animals.
I ain't all about that. We're just going to say, nah, not doing that today, mate. We're going to go ahead and just, like, get the hell out of the Shibuya Cho area. Because the reason they're doing that is that, so in the base game, you need to race Poison Jam so that they unlock an area in Rokakudai Heights. Which is, there's like a door that they need to knock down, but we can actually skip that. We don't have to do their race to do that, because if if you were to do the race, you would have to like do the Chua race, and then you'd have to go to Rikakudai Heights, and then you'd have to talk to them again. But thankfully, because of this cool trick in RDH, which we're going to right now in the Kogane area, you'll be able to see that we're going to do this cool trick called Rip Skip.
This is Rikakudai Heights.
So what this skip does is that we're basically, if you saw me in the Chua area fall into the water and respawn, we're basically going to be doing that, except we're going to an area where the respawn will take us to further into the map. Now, if usually this would soft lock you, kinda, or there is a way to get back, but casuals will probably be stuck. But if when we complete the level, we will not be trapped because it moves on to a mission file that's like, oh yeah, you have opened this. So that was very nice of the developers. So we're just going to be riding these power lines. I missed the cans. Might be a little bit low on cans, so I can't boost over to the caravan, but that's okay. So this is the door. I hit the trigger by accident, but it's alright. I'm one can short, but we'll just ride this over. So there's a caravan here that you can go into. Drops you a lot of blues, gets you to 30. Now this is what we want. So what we want to do here, go. And there we go. This is Rip Skip. Now we're on the outside of the map. Now we just need to get to a certain point. And this looks like it. So when we respawn, we will be further into the map. There we go. Now we're going to make our way through the level like normal. I think as well, like when you get past here, there's more Poison Jam like sort of interactions that they do. So this also just saves a lot more time. We got a cop fight coming up. So this is the only cop fight in this level that we can't skip because of the graffiti that's in there. This is an armored cop. It's sort of like the grey-black colored cop. You just have to use the boost to damage him. And then we can spray him off normally. Start off with this large. There's going to be another graffiti soul we need to grab. And while we're grabbing it, we're going to go ahead and boost and jump across. Oh, I'm going to fall into the water. Nope, never mind, we're good. We just have to climb our way back up. And but while we're doing that, I guess I can show off a sort of little shortcut. So if you do fall down by accident, you can take this stairway and then you can just jump over to the right, jump up here, and then go ahead and boost. Gonna head shuffle. We need to grab 10 more cans here. Grab this XL. Grab this large that's here. You see a graffiti stop on the left there? That's a save point. So if you see a green, like 3 sprays in a row, that's the medium. And if you see that, it's usually a save point in the area. Oh, gotta get that. See, that's like the hard, like pretty hard part of just like trying to do these graffitis as fast as you can, because sometimes they can be like in like the walls that like stop you. All right, this is I'm gonna make sure we don't hit a certain trigger, because if we do, then we basically initiate the largest cop fight in the entire game, which really that lags the Xbox to hell. You can kind of see like some of the frame rates already dipping, but that's just the nature of the Xbox. But oh man, it gets like to 10 FPS. It's actually insane. So thankfully, we did not hit that cutscene trigger. We're gonna go ahead and grind ourselves all the way up to this water tower, and we skipped 2 larges, one over here. So when we jumped across, so what we can do, we're gonna spray this. We're gonna boost over. I want to jump onto this tower, this roof, grab this graffiti soul. Now we're in so this is not a world record run at all, because we're hearing Birthday Cake play, and that is unacceptable. If we hear Birthday Cake playing while we're playing a Jet Set Radio Future run, then that's a thumbs down right there. I like the song, but it's not good when you hear it in a run. Now, we're done with RDH for now. Now, we're going to go to the 3rd area of the game in Benton, so we're going to go ahead and go into 99th Street. So I mentioned before that the 3 areas are sort of like defined differently. So Shibuya-cho is like the sort of terminal bus area. Kogane is sort of like the urban, low-income like area, and then Benton or 99th Street is like the sort of like the city life, or like the rich area. So 99th is probably one of my favorite parts of the game. It combines both a good aesthetic and good difficulty and just fantastic play if you can do it right. There's also the way that I was doing this. So you can go into these levels anytime you want. So you can go Chuo 99th RDH, or you can go RDH Chuo 99th 99th RDH Chuo. But there are things in the game that like want you to do it in this certain way. Oh, I just accidentally jumped down. Silly me. We're just gonna ride the dragon. So we're gonna do a quick called Quick Light. So there's 3 areas at 99th. There's center, light side, and dark side. So we're gonna go ahead and light side. We're gonna jump on this highway, boost, and then hit right on the analog stick. And this is gonna put us into the light side area. Now, in every single, in light and dark side, we're gonna have to fight some cranes. So this sets us up nicely. We can jump on top of this crane. We can go ahead, then we ride along this. There's 5 cranes in this area. They just circle around this perimeter, and then there's 1 in the middle. Once we take out these 5 cranes, we can go ahead and spray off the graffiti in light side. Here comes the final crane here. So we want to slow down and then jump off as we spray it. See if we can grab this blue here. Oh. Not grabbing this blue. I'm skill issuing. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. All right. Now we can start the graffiti. Gonna quickly wrap up this light side 99th. Just spray it through. Stop here just to spray these smalls and the medium. There's a graffiti soul on this billboard we want to grab. See if I can hit this frame boost. Nope. Make sure that we slow down for this. So you can hold down sort of like the direction that you're traveling to, like in the opposite direction that you're traveling to slow down on rails. And you can see me tricking on like rails and stuff. So if you see me tricking, I'm basically maintaining speed. Now to get back to the center, we can just go ahead. We can take the walkway, or we can just go through this wall and then go through the load zone here. That'll respawn us back up to the default position. We're going to reset characters. So this is going to reset the level, and then whenever you reset a level, the cops are going to be like, the youths are back at 99th Street. Now during this, we're going to interrupt their dialogue while they're talking. So there's a dialogue for DJK has where he's like, hey, you can get up out of 99th through this dragon tail. But what this does is if you interrupt the cop dialogue with DJK's dialogue, you can actually have the cop dialogue in a sort of limbo. Now a lot of things are activated in Jet Set Radio with dialogue ending. Oh, there's a frame boost. Hey, I went really fast. Hold on, I'm just gonna... Oh, I jumped a bit too early. That's alright, I'll just go down the regular way. So, the dialogue in this game can get... basically stops like certain flags and stuff from happening. So if I were to go to dark side as the dialogue was happening, the crane fight wouldn't be able to sort of go until the dialogue ends. But what we're doing here is that since we interacted with DJK and interrupted the dialogue is now in like a forever limbo state, so it can never actually start the crane fight. So we can actually go into dark side now and just spray the graffiti. I'm gonna go ahead and jump to this rail, or I might be... That's alright, we can take a little 180 here. Make sure to slow down. I'm gonna take a little detour through the mid. And we're just gonna use the boost a little bit too early, but it's alright. Grab this graffiti soul. Go ahead, drop down. We're gonna grab this graffiti along the way. Now we have to go all the way up towards the end of dark side. Oh. Little bit of an oopsie, hold on. Turn around. What I meant to do was grab this blue right here. This blue can, so I had enough cans. Gonna drop down, now we're gonna go through the middle. Cool thing about shuffling is what you do is you build up speed, you can shuffle, and you can just hold the right trigger and get the rest of the cans. Oh, the graffiti, sorry. Now, we are done. Now another rival gang, Rapid 99 has appeared. Now they have info on Poison Jam that we need to figure out what they do.
I guess it just takes a little persuasion.
Pardon me. So, now we need to go talk to 99th again, you know, or talk to another rival gang. And this is going to be a flag race. So flag race is that 5 flags will appear and that you need to grab the most amount of flags to win. So you can either do that, or we can do this thing where we just kill them instead, because that will also count towards winning. So I'm going to try and do that. This is a trick called Mushroom, where we basically push the Rapid 99 gang into the river, and then they'll basically keep falling into it and deplete their HP, and then that's how you win. So what I'm going to do is wait for this person to turn the corner, going to hit them once. There's going to be a certain point where I need to boost into 2 of them, so just going to... Alright, so I failed there, I think. Hold on. Yeah, I failed there. So I'll have to restart the race. So there's a backup we can do. It's called Quick Flag. So we're going to go ahead and go to the right side instead. So we'll actually do the flag battle legit. Just going over. So they're going to go grab the first flag, which is over in light side. The second flag spawns in dark side, and then the 3 next flags spawn in the center. So we're just gonna chill here, just wait for it to spawn, and then we're just gonna boost immediately. You know, while we're doing the flag race, we can just like listen to the amazing soundtrack of Jet Set Radio Future. Hello, Allison, or Aisle 10, I think that's what the song's called. Now I think this is fine. I think it's 2 boosts. Oh, you can see that the frame rate kind of drops here in the 99th street. I might be too slow for this. Yeah, okay, so I was slow, but... Okay, so we got our 3 flags. We can kind of just chill, because they're going to go all the way to the top and grab the last flag. So we're just going to, like, just stand here and just wait for it to happen. If we're fast enough, you can actually grab that flag, but... Oh, there's one of them. Wait, are we actually fast enough? Oh, no, never mind. One of them was trolling me. There we go. Alright, that's it. That's chapter 2 done. Now we're into chapter 3. So this is the chapter that the most sort of the casual player base has trouble with. So we're going to go into the sewers. If anyone's played this game, you know that sewers is hell when you first played this game. But I have an appreciation for sewers. I think it's very fun. Now that I've like acquainted to the game, you know how the game works. We're going to try and do a trick called Cucumber, which is a way to basically skip the entirety of sewers. Now, if I do hit Cucumber, I'll donate $50 to this charity. So I'm just going to concentrate.
Like strangers up in that house, you know what I'm saying?
Nope, okay, we didn't hit it. Sad. Sorry, no $50. It's a really hard trick. It's like one of the most defining run tricks, like, to hit. You can still hit it if we hit this half pipe at the right sort of angle. But it looks like it's not going to happen.
Can't get out.
This is what happens anyway. It's like, oh, you're trapped in here. There is a section option to skip the sewers, and it's called Sewer Skip. So what happens is, Graham will be up here and be like, wow, you're the 30th person to like jump down here. Because you're the 30th person, you know, maybe I'll get you out here, but first you got to do this tutorial. So for this tutorial, it's just basically showing us how to do, how to jump off these half pipes. And he's like, oh, okay, great, you jumped off the half pipe. Now do it 3 more times. So we're just going to do that. After we jump 3 times, it's going to go ahead and ask us to do a half plant. Now half plant, you just hold X on a half pipe. And then what this does is it gives you a boost of speed when you let go of X. This is good for basically building up enough speed to do a really big jump, which is particularly useful in the sewers. So now he's like, all right, now do a half plant and a jump at the same time. After we do that, he'll be like, all right, I'll let you down now. And then he just throws down probably like, what, like a 30-kilogram girder, you know? Or probably even bigger than that. All right, now. Just gonna do this. All right, and we've skipped the entirety of sewers now. There we go. That's like 10 minutes of time save right there. Now we're up into the bottom point. This is the secret hideout of Poison Jam. So we're gonna go settle our score with Poison Jam. Now we have to make our way all the way up through the bottom point facility. But what we can do is, actually, I'm gonna. Yeah, that's all right. Before I do this, I'm just gonna make sure I have enough cans. I think short 28 should be fine. Just do it, but it should be right. Now we're gonna do a trick. It's called Sexy Fish. I don't know why it's called that, but I mean you can ask the JSRF community chat. What you do is you just jump into this girder and then you just fall through the map, and then you will respawn at the top of the bottom point. Or yeah, at the top of bottom point. That's kind of weird to say. So here we have a character named Cube, who is basically the leader of Poison Jam. I can't remember what she's saying here. It's been a while since I played the English version. But after this, we're going to have to go into a tagger's tag, which basically we have to spray the back of Poison Jam, all 3 Poison Jam enemies. They take about 30 cans each, so this is like a pretty hard thing to start off with. So we spray off this first Poison Jam while collecting cans at the same time. Then what we're going to do is not do a jump on the half pipe. We're going to go ahead, jump down here. We're going to grab these blues. Make sure we have 30 cans for the next Poison Jam. There we go. And then we're going to jump in between the Poison Jams. We're going to spray this guy once or a couple times, you know. Jump on this. Make sure we're behind him. Then we're just going to spray him off. Oh, hold on. There we go. You're not getting away. Now we're gonna go ahead and the final Poison Jam is at the bottom. So we just need to go ahead and spray him off like that. And it's very important to make sure that you stay behind them. Don't make sure not to lose the health bar, because 30 cans is exactly enough that we need to spray off every single member. Now Cube's gonna go, screw this, and like leave. And that is the end of the chapter 3. We're going to go ahead in chapter 4 now. Now, chapter 4 is probably one of the hardest chapters in the entire game. Has like the most technical, sort of like just mechanically challenging like levels in the game. So we're going to go back into Shibuya, and we're going to go ahead and go through to Hokage Street. Before we do that, we're going to try and do bus jump. There we go, bus jump complete. We're going to grab these 2 graffiti souls. You can either grab these in chapter 2 or you can grab these in chapter 4. With the recent route change in chapter 2, it's much better to grab these in chapter 4. We're going to go ahead and boost our way there. Start ourselves up with 30 cans. Now this introduces us to a new rival gang, another one, believe it or not, the Immortals.
Just the other day,
now we basically need to find where the Immortals are. And to do that, we're just going to be spraying their graffiti.
Let's go through something about all
now there's 3 areas in this level, the left side, right side, and then the center. We're going to go to the center first. Now I'm going to concentrate a little bit here because I need to do something that if I mess up, then it could lose a little bit of time. But basically they're just saying, hey, we're going to unleash the experimental weapon. And that's what we're going to fire in about 20 seconds. Alright, we're good. We can do that. Spray off the graffiti here. After we spray this last graffiti, we're going to run into the trigger to activate the Terror Drone. Now, of course, if tanks weren't enough, let's just bring out a giant death robot to deal with one graffiti delinquent. Now, of course, we have the secret weapon, graffiti, which can seem to solve everyone's problems. So what we're going to do is we're going to grind on the outside of Terror Drone, because Terror Drone has 3 graffiti spots that we need to spray off. Basically, Hayashi here is like, I was like, oh, you know, the weapon, it's unstable, we don't know, like, and then he's basically telling like, hey, shut the hell up, I got this. Oh, there we go, there we go. We put blinks on them, on the Terror Drone to stop it. Hayashi then laughs maniacally, and then he's going to retreat while his Terror Drone's exploding. But then again, this allows us to continue with our graffiti route. Now, Hikage's graffiti route is It's a little bit challenging on cans because we need to make sure we have a certain amount of cans. So I think 7 is a good amount. It's either 7 or 6, which is the perfect amount of cans that we need. So we're gonna start off, get these graffitis right here, and we're gonna jump into this like little construction like area. Once we're done with that, we're gonna do a loop of this area, grab all the cans that we need. It should give us enough cans to give us 30. 3, yeah, it should be enough. I'm either 1, yep, there we go. So it was just enough. There's a XL at the bottom here. Once we're done with this, we're done with the center, and we're gonna go ahead and go to the left side. Now, Hikage is very notorious for being a run killer because there's like 3 or 4 checks in the run that basically need to be met. Otherwise, you just lose so much time. That was one of the checks, Terra Drone, so that was pretty good. We're gonna grab this graffiti soul. Okay, so one of the checks was getting started on the Terra Drone and then beating the Terra Drone fast. The next check that's coming up is the cop fight and doing a trick called Quick Kage. Being a little bit of a, you know, not off to the name Hikage. So Quick Kage is just a way of getting up this area really fast. But I think it's a two frame window of hitting the jump correctly. Let's see. There's the last cop. There we go. Might as well grab some. So that would be kind of like a slow cop cycle. Alright, let's see if I can hit Quick Kage right here. So, nope, we didn't hit it, but it's fine. We're just going to continue on. It's like, if you don't hit Quick Kage, it's like 10 seconds. It's like 10 to 12 seconds of time loss. It's not important for like regular runs, but if you're doing world record, you're like, well, guess I'm shutting off my Xbox then. We're going to go ahead and go to the right side. And we're basically almost done with this left side area. We just need to go ahead, grab this billboard put of blue cans. Hit these graffitis down here. Hit this large that we skipped because we needed a boost for the cop fights. And then we can just get the hell out of here. Hit a boost here. There's one more graffiti over here that we also skipped. There we go. Gonna make sure we're gonna boost our way through to the right side now. There's another cop fight that we can't avoid, unfortunately. Now we have 2 cans. We're gonna use these 2 cans on this spray here, only 2. So we should have 10. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go around this crane. We're gonna boost through all these cops. Grab these cans. Oh, that was actually a really good cop cycle. Very rare for me. Grab this graffiti soul. And it's just the same thing here. This is probably like my favorite part of Hikage, just doing this area. So since we're good on cans, we don't have to do the can backup, which is fantastic. We got it's very easy to not have enough cans for this fight because if you kill the cops really fast, then like all the cans despawn from like their bodies. Go ahead, grab these. Oh, there we go. See, like, sometimes you can just, like, if you're not moving careful enough, you can miss graffiti. And the hitboxes can be a little bit janky. Oh. Alright, 2 more. So there's 1 up here. We're going to get this graffiti up here. We're going to drop down. Take a little detour. There's a yellow can, blue can, yellow can here. And then the last one, that 2 we sprayed, we're going to spray the last one and make our way out of here. And that is a Kage complete. But before we leave, we need to grab 1 more graffiti soul. So we're going to turn this corner, do a boost. And there's a little cubby area thing that we're going to jump into. There's a cheeky little graffiti soul here. After we leave Hikage, we're going to go ahead and fill up on cans once again. A specific rail in Shibuya called Charity Rail, which basically gives you, I think it's 5 blues. So this gives us 30 cans once again. Now we're going to go ahead and move our way over to Kibo Gaoka Hill, which is in the Kogane Street, which is where Sewers and the RDH was. And there's kind of a pattern in this game where you're kind of going from Shibuya-cho, Kogane, and Benton. I'm pretty sure it happens like 4 times in the run. It's like, oh, alright. But that doesn't stop you from going to any area you want. You could go to Kibo if you wanted to for the first thing, but it just makes sense in the speedrun to go this way first. So Kibo is just in the sewers. You just go into the entrance and then turn left. So this is the girder that Garam left us. So we're like, oh, cheers, mate. You know, we're just going to go over. So we're going to move past bottom point, right on the walls. Now, a pretty hard trick coming up is called heli skip. Now, heli skip, the cop dialogue will play here, and at the end of the dialogue, if you're in a certain trigger in the map, then helicopters will spawn. Now, if you go fast enough, you can actually get out of the way of the helicopters. So that's what I'm going to try and do. So I'm going to be quiet for the next 20, 30 seconds. Alright, we should be good. Alright, there we go. So no helicopter cutscene came out, we did heli skip. And that saves like 2 minutes, I guess. So that's it's really hard to do on the Japanese version of Jet Set Radio, because the cop dialogue is just shorter because, you know, they're not like saying as much, while the English dialogue is a lot easier to do. There we go. So now we can, because the bad thing about heli skip is that, you know, if you're locked into these cop events, you can't spray graffiti. You have to like go around the whole map to spray 4 helicopters. But this is a nice welcome change of pace. But we're not out of the woods yet. So there's a couple graffiti that we left at the beginning. So even though we skipped the heli skip trigger, we can still walk back into it. So we need to make sure that we don't do that at the start. The way we do that is that we go back to the save point, we reload a character, this reloads the map, and then the cop dialogue will play again. It's a little bit shorter than it was before, but it will give us enough time to spray the last 3 graffitis. So we're going to go ahead, wait for this last can here, jump and grab this graffiti soul. And then you're going to see the raw power of the Xbox right now. Yeah, look at that frame rate, baby. It is, I can hear the fan through my headphones right now. It's insane. but okay, so we're done with this area. Pardon me. Oh, man. So we're done with this area. We're back at the start. Now we're just going to go ahead and grab cans that are over here. Now we're going to switch characters back to Gum. Now I'm just going to concentrate again. Alright, there we go. We should be in the clear. And that is Kibo done. It's a very, like, scary thing in the run because it's very easy to mess up heli skip in the Japanese version. And it's also, it's a bit hard to learn when you're first beginning doing the game, but once you do it, it's fun and very rewarding. Then we can get the hell out of here now. Now, we're going to go ahead. We're going to go to the 99th area. But we're not going to go to 99th Street. We're going to go past it. We're going to go to the Skyscraper District in Farrow Park. And now's a good time for any donations while we can have some downtime.
Perfect. We have a $12.90 donation from Limey Speedrun saying, "Good luck, Miku. Yo-Yo's strongest soldier reporting for duty, donating for the minutes in your PB. GOAT."
Yo, let's go.
So thank you so much for that donation. And with that donation, well, before that, we just reached over $4,600. So thank you so much for all the donations so far, guys.
Let's go, chat.
Woo!
Let's go. Not playing with any hands. All right. Alright, gonna make our way through again, 99th Street, so same thing, we're just gonna boost our way through. I think DJK right here is just telling us something about the skyscraper disc. Oh yeah, that frame rate, yeah! See if I can get... Alright, there we go, we got our 30 cans. And this is the way over to the skyscraper district, or SDPP.
This right here is a skyscraper district.
Yep.
Pharaoh Park.
So this is kind of like just a weird place if you think about it. It's just like Egyptian sort of like architecture in the sky. Kind of weird, but I dig it. All right, so we got a cop fight coming up here. So there's actually a different cop fight that I'm going to do. I'm going to do the emulator version. It works both ways, but I just don't know the regular console sort of way to do this. It's different on emulator because of the way the cops interact. There we go. But there we go. We hit all 5 cops. We're going to go ahead and boost our way over. Because after we do that, Hayashi's going to spawn once again. He's going to laugh maniacally like he does. And he's going to say, kill them all. So the way that we deal with this madman, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to run into him. Even though he has a gun. See, look at him. He's just waving that thing at me. You know, I'm just going to spray him with some chemicals. After that, now, as soon as Hayashi falls to the ground and, you know, does his animation, this fence will disappear. Now, this level is kind of scary because this level has the possibility to do a game over if you're not careful enough. Because we're going to be doing a lot of death warping to, like, areas of the map. There is a certain part in this level where we will be, like, 1 hit away from dying. So here's the first thing. This is going to bring us back to the center of the map. It's a good idea to get some cans while we're here. And what we're going to do, we're going to ride one of these sort of like rail girder things. And then we're just going to jump over to the left. This is going to hit a death warp. And it's going to bring us over to the left side. We're going to ride this like red metal girder here. Jump over to the satellite. And then we're going to boost jump over to the next death warp. We're going to bring us over. You see that... you might have seen it for a split second there. Well, here we go. Here we teleported over. Grab some cans here. This is the last graffiti in this part of the area. There's not a lot of graffitis in Skyscraper, but it's very spaced out, so it can take like a casual player a long time to just even find these graffiti. Like they don't. If I press start on the map right now. Could you physically tell me where these, the orange dots is the graffiti, could you tell me where they are, like as a casual player? I don't think so. So we're going to do a trick called Onion because we're going through the building because it has many layers. And we're going to jump through, we're going to hit another death warp. Now we are at the 1 HP mark, so Gum's kind of like really tired right now. So we're going to make sure we don't fall off. If we do, I get a game over and that's kind of the run dead. I'd have to load up a quick save mod to get back to where I am. Now, it would be funny, but it'd be kind of embarrassing if I did that. Now, here we go. Now, we can hold... You can now stop holding your breath. We got some health back. Now, we're going to go ahead. We're going to do another death warp. This will bring us back to the center of this part. It's just faster to take a death warp here than to just run back. And now we're just running across satellites, going over to the next part of the area. Now, when we get to right here, we're going to boost. Hit right, and then jump over to this XL. I'm going to grab these cans just in case. I'm going to make sure I have enough. I think 25 is fine. I can never remember the specific number of cans that you need for this. You need 16 for the end, like for the last spray. There's a couple things we got to do though first. So we got one more spray. What we're going to do now, we're going to teleport second last time. Jump from this corner, jump over here, past this building, we're going to death warp over to the last area where the graffiti is. So what we need is 16 because the large spray is 6 sprays, and we need a boost to get back to the start of the level. There we go. Make our jump here. And there we go. That is the end of Skyscraper. Now, how do we get back? We boost one more time, we jump. Now, we're going to jump into a trigger which just sends us back to the back of the level. Now, we're going to probably verse probably one of the most annoying enemies in the game. So this is the Immortals. Their tags really annoying. We have to like chase them around Skyscraper. So this could take like 2 minutes or 3, but you know I'm going to try and do my best to do that. There we go. We're going to spray them, and that was really quick. I don't know why that happened. I think that was a quick Immortals. Anyway, while we're doing that, since we're done with the Immortals, we can go ahead and just leave there. That was really weird. I don't know why that happened. But you know what? I'm not going to complain, you know? In a speedrun, we take those. But now we do that. Now they're in Highway 0. So Highway 0 is over on the left side here. We can take a little health can over here. And then we're just going to ride our way through the highway to Highway 0. It's kind of weird to say. Now, Highway 0 has like one of the most like lost potentials of all time. This is just like a whole ass level that doesn't really get used very much. So there it is. So in this chapter, Yo-Yo gets kidnapped. So you actually can't play as him in this chapter because he gets kidnapped by the Immortals. Alright, so now we're going to do another tag attack. This one's a lot easier. So we're going to boost behind the third one. We're going to tag him down. Then we're going to go over to this rail. Get enough cans. We're going to jump down. We're going to spray the last of this guy on the... Oh! Alright, maybe I'm a little bit of a skill issue right now, but they don't have much HP, so it's okay. Let's see if I can... They don't have much HP, so it's fine. Alright, he boosted. Did he... Oh, there he is. I couldn't even see him. So we're just going to go ahead. We're just going to, like, chase him down. Now, usually you would do this fight in about, like, 50 seconds, but, you know, a little bit of a skill issue right here, but it's alright. It's gonna spray him down. I need more graffiti cans, actually. There we go. Oh, that was a bit embarrassing. Don't laugh at me, chat. Alright? Even a 7th place runner can make mistakes. Alright, now that's it. Yo-Yo betrayed us! No! Oh my god, why would he do that? So now we get transported over to the, was it the Rikaku Stadium? And now we're getting kidnapped by the noise tanks. And we have to play a game called Death Ball. Now Death Ball is basically you just have to pick up a ball and then you have to just go do a full lap of the arena without dropping it. So now this is basically, this is Jazz. She's going to tell us the sort of the games of Death Ball. So we can throw the ball over to her. I'm kind of just like running into her to take the ball away from her, you know, because I'm a bit of a hog. Because of this, we have a downtime of 2 minutes because Jazz is like, alright, let's do some practice before we do some Death Ball gaming. So while we have downtime 2 minutes, this is a fantastic time for any donations or anything the host wants to say. Like, go nuts.
Perfect. I might just mention the prizes on offer that we have. We have a number of prizes to give away for those who donate. Anyone within Australia who donates at least $10 will automatically go into running to win one of our Steam game bundles. We have 5 different bundles available to win. For all information, head over to prizes.ausspeedruns.com. I might ask you a question while I've got a bit of time. What got you into this game? It's like this is the first time I'm ever seeing this game, so for me it's quite fascinating to watch. It's quite cool, all the tech and stuff like that. So maybe you can go over that and I'll...
So this is a game that I played as a kid, not very much, but it's something that I do have a memory of. Only playing like the first level. It wasn't until around maybe 2021, 2022 when I first discovered like the sort of speedrunning scene of the game. Specifically, a person named Daph7 who got, I would watch him play this game. And I always joked with Daph saying, oh, you know, if you ever got this amount of time or if you ever did this, I'll learn how to speedrun the game. And he was like, haha, Miku, that's really funny. But then one day I decided, all right, I'm going to learn this game and not tell anybody. So then, yeah, like I probably spent a good amount of 2 weeks like learning and routing this game. Like great tutorials by 7th Ace, Ace Bats and all that. They really helped me out going through this. And then, yeah, you know, it went from, yeah, you know, I just wanted to play this game just to beat Daph's time to, oh, I'm now 6th place on the leaderboard. Almost as good as the top 5 speedrunners. I love this game. This is so fun. It has like a just fantastic movement system. The music's great. Like, it's just timeless. It's really good.
Yeah, the music is great. I will say that.
The music as well also sort of like got me into this because you know it was one of the main selling points of like watching the run. I'm like, oh, you know, there's some really good songs in this. All right, so now the race has ended, right? And Jazz is like, hey, do you want to practice again? We go, no. I do not want another 2-minute downtime, thank you very much. So now DJK is going to explain Death Ball. There's going to be 3 rounds of Death Ball. We're gonna be versing 3 different gangs, basically, or like. So we're gonna be versing the Doom Riders, the Immortals, and the Love Shockers. So, the game of Death Ball, we have to grab the ball and then we have to go around the stadium. But what you actually saw me do was an out of bounds. So what we're doing is we're going to hit the trigger to hit sort of halfway through the progression of Death Ball. And then we're just going to turn around and do a Death Warp back to the start. So the marker begins when we first grab the ball. If it drops on the ground and someone picks it up, then the marker gets changed. So you have to do a full lap no matter what. Alright, let's see if we can. Alright, and right here. So this is the out of bounds. So you can actually ride on the walls here. So we're basically just building up speed, riding on the walls here. And then when we get to a certain point, we're going to jump on the outside of like this half pipe area. Make sure to get, again, a little bit of a higher jump. Yep, we're just going to ride around on the long side here. Now, pay attention to the bottom of gum. Once she, like, ticks over like this, then you can turn around. And then, because the outside of the walls has a, you know, death warp, we can just go ahead and just walk out. Say, screw this, go back to the beginning. There was a strat before this. This was before my time, by the way. So this was kind of recent. This was probably, like, I think it was last year when this was discovered. They would use kill strats where they would basically just kill the opposing team to end the race faster. But this is just a lot easier. And so, you know, I've never had to learn kill strats, so that's fine. So, at the end of the race, you know, the noise tanks, these are like these robot guys. Basically put these brainwashing, like, implants on top of it. And then, you know, they're like, oh no, I'm going to be enslaved forever. It's like, well, bozo, we're going to do another race. Second race here, we got the Immortals. You know, how many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man? We're going to go ahead and beat them the same way. We're just going to go out of bounds. And probably, here we go, one of my favorite tracks of the game, Techno Pathetic. If I was to put this on a tier list, it's probably one of the S tiers. But I mean, other than that, there isn't much to this Death Ball race that I can really say. It is possible to like mess this up if you jump too high or if you miss the jump. If you do that, you can recover. But the problem is that the runners, or not the run, well, like, oh, I guess, yeah, you got, like the, you know, the rival game can knock the ball out of your hands as you're falling down, and then it's just a mess all the way through when you do that. There we go. Now this is definitely one of the most boring parts of the run when you're doing this. I think when you're starting off like, oh yeah, this is alright, but then it's like, this split time is like 10 minutes, and you're just like, I'm literally sitting in my chair like, actually like, come on man, please. And you can mess up at any time, so like, it's boring, but like, you kind of have to pay attention, otherwise you lose like 30 seconds if you mess up the out of bounds. There we go, we do our victory dance, like, yeah, and then, you know, they fall to the ground. They're sad that they're going to have to be brainwashed. Coming up here, now this is the third and final race. I promise no more Death Ball after this. We got a new gang here, the Love Shockers. More prominent in JSR, but they kind of take a backseat in JSRF, especially in the 80% route. Here we go. So after this Death Ball race, it's gonna teleport us to a boss fight. We'll keep it a surprise to what the boss fight is. So what we're gonna do is get enough cans, jump off this, make sure we grab the ball, and there we go. There we go. See, yeah, Death Ball. Woo! Didn't mess it up, so that's good. It's always humiliating. You got to do the Death Ball walk of shame if you miss the out of bounds. But it's not that hard to do. You just have to like sort of know the angle of when you need to jump. Other than that, it's actually really it's pretty forgiving on how you do it. There you go. There's a thing on the left there, a machine that has absolutely no story presence whatsoever. Now, once we get to the starting line, the cutscene will play, and that will be the end of the Death Ball saga. You can see like how much time this saves. Like you can see, I'm already at the end, and they've just crossed the middle line. There we go, the Rikaku police come in and they raid the stadium, saying, hey, no more death ball, this is illegal, probably. So we're wondering, so the boss fight's gonna come, who's gonna be the boss that we're gonna have to fight? It's Hayashi again. And he's gonna, you know, true Hayashi fashion, he's laughing once again. And it's really funny because the Japanese version of this is actually, this part is like slower because Hayashi just laughs so much that it extends the cutscene. And look, so he's back in the Terror Drone. It's a little bit upgraded this time. Still has the same weak points, but it has a like a donut cannon at the bottom. So we have to kind of wait for Hayashi to stop talking. Like, you can see he just laughs so much. There we go. So after this cutscene, then he'll start moving finally. So there's no rails to jump on, but we can just jump on like this like front piece here. Take all three. This doesn't get rid of it. Now we have to take out the bottom part. And there we go. Terror Drone is down once again. There we go, Hayashi regretting his life decisions once again. He doesn't die though. He's just sitting there sad in defeat. And that is Chapter 5 done. Now we move on to Chapter 6. Now, in Chapter 6, the noise tanks are gone crazy. They've basically invaded the entirety of Tokyo-to. So the main area of this game is called Tokyo-to, which is not at all related to Tokyo at all. Now coming up here, there's going to be a bunch of noise tanks we have to take out throughout all of the levels. We have to take out 200 noise tanks, but thankfully we're accompanied with the best set list in the entire game. So we get to take out these noise tanks while jamming out to some good tunes. And we're just going to have to route this out, make sure we take out as much noise tanks as we can, while also doing it fast, efficient, and not making any mistakes. Now, this graffiti soul that we unlocked at the start, the Air 3, we're actually going to start grabbing it now. Now, this is the last graffiti soul that we need for the entire game, so we don't need to grab any more. Now it's just all about doing gameplay. Now, this is the end of our Dogen trip. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead and go into Shibuya. Head through Shibuya, and we're going to go ahead and take some noise tanks out on our way through. There's like a bunch of noise tanks in this area. So there's like more on the other side where like we first started off at the start of the game. So we're going to go through this like bottom part here first. And then we're going to cut through Chua Street. Do that, and then we're going to make our way back through Shibuya, finish off the noise tanks. There we go. Make sure I'm going to try and minimize. I'm, you know, not going for world record or anything, so, you know, I can kind of take my time. I don't have to, like, because you can skip some noise tanks to go faster, but you don't want to skip too many. Otherwise, it complicates things later on, because you kind of need to, like, have it done at a certain time. There we go, so we're just going to go ahead and slide ourselves into these noise tanks. Take this little shortcut here. Now, if DJK says something here, then we're on the right track. We have a sufficient amount of noise tanks at the moment. He's basically just saying, like, hey, you're doing a really good job of taking out these noise tanks. There we go. Now we're going to move our way back through. There's two ways going back to Shibuya through Chua Street, so that's really handy. That we're basically doing like a little semicircle. Now we're on the other side. This is the Kage side. There's like a bus jump that you can do here, but I'm not good enough to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and just take the long route. That's some top 5 shenanigans. I ain't doing that. After we take out these noise tanks over in this sort of little area, we're going to go ahead and leave Shibuya, and we're going to go to Kagane. Specifically in the RDH section. Going to cut our way through Garage, go to the what's the place called? Rokaku Dai Heights. Always forget the name sometimes. Because I'm trying to like RDH, but you know, like what if people don't know what RDH stands for? Also, thank you, Invisible Wall. Oh, thank you. Yeah, let's go. Want to go around. So we just want to deal with these noise tanks over in this area. And then we don't really want to go any more forward. We just want to go, after this, we're going to go back through 99th Street. And once we get to 99th Street, that'll be the sort of last place where we want to kill all the noise tanks. There we go. Make our way up. See, like, you see what I mean? Like, we always go Shibuya, RDH, and then 99th Street. It's always a cycle, I swear. But I mean, that's what the developers did, so I was like, alright. So we're going to start off with, we're going to boost straight away. We're going to basically get to the center of 99th as quick as we can. We're going to kill a couple noise tanks up on the top of this highway. Oh, I missed one. That's okay. And then we're just going to drop down. And there's basically a bunch of noise tanks just surrounding the dragon. And hopefully, by the end of this circle, when we're done with this, DJK will basically have another text box. Now that text box will basically say we have 10 noise tanks to kill. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Now come up here. Alright. 2, 1, 0. There we go. Hey, I can count. Let's go. Not a lot of people in the JSRF community can count, so that's a bonus right there. Now DJK is like, hey, they're fighting in the Sky Dino area. Now Sky Dino is not an area we've been to before. So the way that we get to it is that we have to ride this sort of pylon, and then you would ride those ramps right up over to the left here. But we're gonna take a little shortcut. Just like on 99th Street, we're gonna jump on top of the highway, on top of the walls, and we're just gonna take a little death warp over. Make sure we have 30 cans for this. Poison Jam's gonna be here for no reason. He's gonna be like, you know, there's yo-yos fighting in the Sky Dino. So over here we can take this other highway. Over here you can see the Sky Dinosaurian Square. Hold on one sec. Got a bit of a drive through right now. But it's okay. We got like 15 to 20 minutes to run. Oh, thank you very much. So this is, alright, we're going to get a cutscene here, so it actually gives me time to have a drink. Damn, W host right now, honestly. Hope they're paying you well. Alright, here's the cutscene's going to play. I'm taking a little drink break.
Defeat that traitor, Yo-Yo.
So there's Yo-Yo. But that's not actually Yo-Yo. It's a noise tank. Wow, what a turn of events. So it wasn't actually the real Yo-Yo. That's crazy. So now we got to do a tagger's tag with the noise tank. So what we're going to do, we're going to skip this third guy. We're going to go straight for the second guy. We're just going to spray this sucker down. Not touch anything. I'm just going to hold right trigger. And then as soon as this tail flower completes, we're going to build up speed. Jump to the other side, and then I'm gonna slowly go behind this. I don't want to knock him off. Once he starts building up speed, I'm gonna go faster. Alright, jump off. Make sure to trick to avoid taking fall damage. Then we're gonna do this. We're gonna jump back up. He's gonna be right here, right as on cue, as we get some cans. Now we don't have enough yet, but oh my god, there's some blues that we just went past. And that is the end of the Sky Dino area. We will never see this area again in the 90%. Also, just a quick to note that the noise tanks do not look like that. They don't have the blue sort of like streak on them. That is like a texture mod that I did that I just forgot to take out. Sorry. So usually they have like red, like a red thing on their chest. There we go. So that's basically, I don't know what they're saying. I kind of was like, oh yeah, you're doomed or something. After that, we're going to go into Chapter 7. Now, Chapter 7, now we need to find Yo-Yo. Now, where the hell is Yo-Yo? And then there's like a whole bunch of things. There's like the Golden Rhinos and stuff, which is like a secret organization that's like going to come deal with us because Hayashi's useless. Now, that's Clutch. Now, this is the check in the game. So we need to have 40 graffiti souls. Otherwise, Clutch is like, he won't tell us where Yo-Yo is. So once that's when you have to go around and basically go and find graffiti souls. And once you do find enough graffiti souls, he's like, all right, yoink, it's mine now. And then now we have to go find him. So he appears in 3 spots. He appears in Kibo, Chuo, and the Skyscraper. But he will always appear in the same sort of cycle, so we need to go to Kibo very quickly. Now, very funny thing. So the strat is that there's going to be a cop fight in Kibo, and we can despawn it when we switch characters. But I think my Xbox is cursed, because if I switch characters, my game will crash. I don't know why. So with this specific Xbox, this is a 1.6 Xbox. It is unable to play JSRF with a HDMI for some reason, because it comes up as a garbled mess. So I have to run a 480p patch to basically run the game. So we're just going to deal with all these guys shooting Tommy guns at us. So then we don't... so what you do, yeah, you would go into that save point and... oh my god, it's so hard to see. You can tell I'm not prepared for this because, you know, usually we don't have to deal with these many gunmen shooting at me. Oh, I just ran through them. There we go. Once we kill them all, we can go ahead. Now we go to Clutch. He's like, whoa, man, relax, okay? I'm sorry. Here, I'll join your team. Here's your souls. All right. I'm going to quickly save the game just in case. Now we want to switch back to Gum. There we go. Okay, didn't crash. Woo, let's go. We didn't crash. If it did crash, I would have had to reload the, either reload that save point or I would have to reload a quick save. So quick save is a modded JSRF, which basically allows for putting custom checkpoints in like games so you can easily practice stuff, because the base game does not have that. It also doesn't have like an easy way to exit out of the game. You have to turn off the Xbox, but because of quick save and IGT, you can just press a button combination and brings you back to the main menu. Now, this is FRZ. This is pretty cool area. We basically have to find all the switches and spray them off before they explode. Also got a fantastic OST playing right now, you know, Concept of Love. So for these first area of switches, I'm just going to let the music play out. And hopefully not mess up.
Spray the blue device to stop it.
Oh, might have overshot it a little bit. That's all right. And the last one's just over here. All right, hold on. Just going to line this up. Now, if this is a regular run, this would be a cringe FRZ, but I accidentally got a frame boost on one of the rails. So, I mean, I felt like I couldn't do much about that. So a frame boost is basically when you go on a rail or like a billboard, you gain speed for the first frame to, you know, give yourself some momentum. And then I think on the second frame, it drops your speed down to the regular capped amount. But if you jump, I think it's either on the first frame or like the frame after you get the boost, you keep that speed boost, and that speed boost is uncapped. So if you can chain that, hold on, gotta do, this is world record jump. Hey, let's go. So yeah, if you you jump on like the exact same frame or it's the frame after, then you can basically just go over the speed cap in this game, which is pretty cool. But it is hard to do. It's 1/60th of a second. 1/60th of a second. You know, 16 milliseconds to react to pressing the A button. Now we're gonna go ahead. Now we basically just said, hey, you got the red switches. Well, let me do it again. Let me get the blue switches this time. So we're just going to have to climb our way up into FRZ. You see more of the golden rhinos with their submachine guns. This is one of the most like mechanically challenging areas of the game, but it is very satisfying. There's about 4 switches left. 3. Just going to slow down here quickly, and there. And then we're just going to go ahead and boost. Hit the inside of the rail. There we go. Boost along these lines of yellows. Oh, hold on. Let's see if I mess this up. Nope, we're good. Hey. There we go. We got all the devices. Now, we're going to go up to the top of FRZ and we're going to save the real yo-yo.
Now, go say yo-yo.
Yes, sir, DJK. I'm on my way. There we go. Now we have to make our way to the top. Once again, this is an area that doesn't have any graffitis. Well, it does, but only in like the sort of post-game area. Alright, now we're going to do a little jump. We're going to skip the maze puzzles over here. There's like a whole like maze things that you got to do. But you know what if we just jump over to this wall that doesn't have a fence on it? Now before we can save Yo-Yo, we have to fight some fighter jets. Now, you know, I would say that's a bit ridiculous, but at this point, like, this is kind of the norm in this universe, really. So how do we deal with these jets? We spray graffiti on them, that's right. In midair while we're doing this, you know, we just crazy stuff. There we go, Yo-Yo. This is the real Yo-Yo this time. And now we're into Chapter 8 of the game. This is the final sort of chapter of the game. So, there's going to be two things we're to do. So we got to find, there's 2 enemies we're going to take out. And we also got to switch characters. So we're going to switch to the mighty Clutch. Now this one's for the chat. The Twitch chat at home. I am talking to one person in particular. The biggest Clutch stan in the universe. Can we get a cheer for Clutch? Yeah! Alright, so we're going to go ahead and grab some cans. We're going to make sure we have... So, Clutch is cool because he can grab 5 more cans. Now, that might not seem like much, but the bosses that we have coming up, we need to have a lot more cans that Gum and any other character will not have. So, the 2 characters we need to take out are in Chua Street and Highway 0. So, the first guy in Chua Street is Claw Guy. So, you'll see up here. So, I'm going to go ahead and boost myself up here. I need more cans, so go up to this ramp here. Now, I'm going to try and do this 0 cycle. So, what Claw Guy does is basically he will go to a sort of high vantage point, throw his claws to the ground. You have to ride it up and, like, knock him down. You have to do this probably, like, 3 times, but you can also boost into him to like knock him down to the ground. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna try and do a 0 cycle. That might have been fast enough. There we go. Hey, there we go. So that's a 0 cycle. There is a backup. There's the 0.5 cycle where you, when he shoots his claw up and he rides it, you can actually ride it along with him. And then when he gets it, he just falls down. So there you go. Then a mysterious jet shoots a rocket at him, carries him off. He explodes. He thinks it's Fortnite, unfortunately. You can't ride rockets. That was patched. And then there we go. And then we got a mysterious figure that kind of looks like B. And he's been watching us this entire time. He's going to make his way over down to the Highway 0 area. But we're not concerned with that one right now. But we don't need to worry about that mysterious-looking person that looks like B. I'm sure they are completely fine and once again have no story, prevalence to this game. Go ahead and make our way out of Chua Street. We're going to do the same thing we did when we first did Chua Street. We make our way out. We grab these cans. Now there is like a little side mission because the Golden Rhinos are kind of just shooting up everyone right now, but we're like, we're not gonna deal with that right now. We got our other priorities. Thank you very much. The police can handle that. So we're gonna go ahead and make our way down into the 99th area. Okay, thank you very much. Take a little back up right here. Sometimes it's weird. It's like sometimes they're just like allow me to jump, and then some other times it's just like, well, we're just gonna actually take the telephone pole. Now, as we go through this area, there's going to be another cop fight, but it's not going to be the cops. It's once again going to be the Golden Rhinos. And once again, we're just going to bash into them right here. Oh, they're grabbing onto me. Okay, this is a bit embarrassing, chat. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Hold on, let me just spray them off real quick. There we go. And now after that, we're going to go ahead and boost. What you usually want to do is, like, when you boost into them, it takes out all 5. Not sure why I didn't take out all 5. You know, it's a little bit of a mystery right there. We're just going to go ahead and boost. There's another one, another Golden Rhino fight that's going to come up ahead. This one's going to be a lot easier to line up. So we're just going to go ahead. They're just going to go kind of in a line. We're just going to go ahead and jump. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. But this was a lot easier than the first fight, thankfully. There we go. Now we can go ahead. We can go into Highway 0. And now we're going to meet our second major opponent. So we had Claw Guy coming into Chue Street. Now we got another opponent. It's not the same person. It's going to be Flames Chick. And this is just a person with a flamethrower. It's just absolutely terrorizing the community right now. Now once again, their weakness, graffiti. I'd say if I was a Pokemon type, I would absolutely be banned. So we just knock into her and we're just gonna like spray her down. Wait a little bit and then, oh, try not to. That should be all right. Oh. There we go. We've dealt with Flames Chick now, and now we can go ahead and get out of here. Now she's burning, and then she actually dies as well. She kind of gets squashed and burnt alive. That's it. I thought this was a kid's game. So now after we've done that, DJK is going to be like, all right, something's in the skyscraper district, and look, and I'm just going to let this play out.
Who the hell are you, sucker?
And now he's getting kidnapped.
Help me! Hey, don't touch that! Get your hands off! Stop! That's my stuff! Sucker, I'm warning you! Get off! Get out! Don't make me come out! Help me! Help me!
Now we gotta go save DJK. So we gotta go all the way back where Sky Dino was, but we're not going to Sky Dino. There was a second part. So look, there's DJK's booth. It's literally getting taken away by a helicopter right now. Then we got Zero Beat appearing. Or the mysterious Beat figure. Same thing, we're going to take a shortcut over to the sort of the Highway 0 or the Sky Dino area by taking this Death Warp. Then we're going to go up here and talk to Beat, and he's going to just say some hieroglyphics right now, I don't know. I can't remember if Zero Beat says something in the English or if just like doesn't say anything at all. But now we have to follow Zero Beat. So this is the complete opposite way of where Highway 0 was. Now, going into the, I actually can't remember, I think this is like the train line, like Rikaku train line. Now, if we fought tanks, we fought terror drones, we fought fighter jets. Now it's time to fight a train. I don't know what kind of train this is, but we gotta take this thing out. And once again, you guys, you will never guess what this thing is weak to. So what we're gonna go behind it. So we're gonna take the thing, follow the pattern of 4, 3, 1, 2, which is the sort of the rails on the ground. 4 on the right side. We're gonna boost, go to 3. Now after we take out 3, we're gonna wait. 5 yellows. We're gonna wait for pick up 5 yellow cans. Boost. Hop over to the first rail. Take out 1. Now we're gonna jump over to the second. Now when the train does that sort of electric attack, it'll slow down. And there we go. We have taken out the train. I'm gonna actually take a sip of water. Now's actually a good time for any donations or anything.
No worries, I'll just go over what we're doing here. For ASM2024, we're raising money for Game On Cancer, a charity which funds early career cancer researchers who are working across all areas of cancer research to make this the last generation to die from cancer. If you'd like to donate, you can go to donate.ausspeedruns.com.
Alright, so now we are ahead into the final part of the game. So, there's 2 more things we gotta do. We gotta fight... Well, there's like 2 things. I won't spoil it too much, but now, the main villain of this game, Goji. Now, he's got this sort of like weird machine thing, and he's basically, I think it's like sucking in the citizens to do power for something, I don't know, crazy shenanigans. So yeah, now he's basically just gonna ramble on for like a minute or so. Say like, you know, all this power that he has. And now after this, we're gonna have to take on 2 0 beats, which is that beat-looking figure we saw before. We have to take on 2 of them in a tagger's tag. So you see, he's on the DJ right now. He's going crazy. But yeah, like right now, this is like the part of the run where you're like, come on, Goji, I need you to like shut up right now. I need to, because like you're waiting for this cutscene to end. You're just like sitting in anticipation, ready to just finally beat the game. But he's just yapping. So after the screen goes black, that's when he'll be like, here are my children, 0 beat. Or something along the lines of that. There you go, shoots out the 2 0 beats, and then they start busting a move. And now here we go. Now what we're going to do, start the tagger's tag. We're going to immediately jump up here, grab these cans over on this side. Grab these cans. We're just gonna spray this guy down. Spray him down. Once we do that, we're gonna jump over here, grab some cans, go onto the charity rail. Now we're gonna come back to this guy. We never forgot about this guy, and we're gonna go ahead and take this guy out. This is actually really funny. This is the fastest I've ever done this 0 beat, because I've never successfully done that strat. So there's different ways of doing 0 beat depending on how many cans you have. That was method 1. So I've never done method 1 in a run because I've never bothered to learn it. So there you go. That's my first time doing that. Saves like 3 or 5 seconds over like what I was doing before. Oh, he said the thing. Hold on, wait.
Wait a minute. I think I'm gonna call it. Yeah,
he said the thing! He said the thing! He said the game! No way! Alright, here we go. Now that it's daytime, we're going to go back in and we're going to go ahead and get sucked into this mysterious machine. Here we go. Goji's going to be like, alright, nope. It's time to get sucked into this weird, like, machine thing. And now this is the final boss of the game. Now I do apologize in advance for going a little bit overestimate. That was a bit my fault on behalf of skill issuing. I have like a 133 in this game, so, and I'm not used to running on Xbox. I run on emulator, so just both the Xbox and the controller is it's a little different for me, but it's fine. Skill issue. All right, so for the Goji fight, he's gonna turn into this weird like mech thing, and we have to boost into him twice before we can do damage to him. There we go. So he turns into this like weird like thick mech thing. Not sure what the significance of that is. So what we're gonna do is take out these ninjas. They drop blue cans, and we're gonna ride to the top first, and we're gonna knock them down once, and then once we do that, we're gonna drop down, grab some cans, and then we're gonna make our way back up to the top of this sort of like area. Oh yeah, also, if you have sort of any like epileptic, like, you know, like seizure warning thing, you know, it probably look away. It's a little bit of a like weird thing, this area. All right, we got our 35 cans. We can go ahead. Let's see if I can get a sub 40 at least. And so the timer will end once we hit a black screen after we deal with Goji. Oh, hold on. I just need to wait a little bit. There we go. He's going to run after us. So take out his health. So once the screen goes black, we'll stop the timer. And time. And there we go. That is Jet Set Radio Future for the original Xbox. Was a little bit slower than I liked, but you know, I'm glad I didn't do any terrible major mistakes. before I go, just want to say big thank you to the AusSpeedrun host, committee, staff for having me on once again. Glad to show off this wonderful game. Quick shout outs to a few people. So shout outs to the community of the JSRF community: 7th Ace, Acebats, Twinkachoo, Natronus, Eclopricious, Fuse, Yayo, Duda, Phospho, Zaikumi, Ryomi, Yomsa, Kev, Vane, Shovelclaws, Seiya, Tay, Olo, Loza, and finally, Dav7. Alright, I'm gonna make my way out of here. Thank you so very much. Hope the rest of the event goes well, and yeah, keep donating.
Alright, that was a great run. Hope you guys enjoyed that. While we're setting up for the next game, AusSpeedruns extends its gratitude to MSI for sponsoring ASM 2024. MSI Computers stands for the global powerhouse in gaming and content creation, reaching across more than 120 countries, renowned for the cutting-edge products including laptops, desktops, graphics cards, monitors, motherboards, and more. MSI works closely with the gaming communities to optimize product design, embodying their commitment to the true gaming brand. And up next we got Hades by Konora. Stick around for that. All right. Welcome back to ASM 2024. Up next is Hades by Kenora. Free weapons. Take it away, mate. Good luck on the run.